Okay, I don't even know what part this is. As I hinted at, you can actually solve. I already told you we could solve for C. We just have one up and one down. We have one left and one right, although you can see it's not drawn that way yet. But if you read the bottom of the page, it said, what other one could we actually solve right now? I think in our PowerPoint it was that middle one, but now it's actually D. Because we have two up/downs, we have a few lefts and rights, but we could work our way around. Because we're going to use what we did for A to solve for D, we can use C to solve for E, and then B is just basically, hey, check all these numbers, make sure they, times or sines or cosines or whatnot, they all match up. It's a good way to check everything. And then maybe we'll have a secondary way to check everything. So we're going to go to joint C, we're going to calculate BC and CE. So it says make sure to include all known angles and unknown angles. Normally for free body diagrams, I don't like to draw arrows going in because it can kind of get messy, but if we are careful, we can do it. So this was RCY, and that was equal to, already forgot, 110? 110 pounds. And then it says, think about which direction each force should be drawn. Since RCY is upward, what does CE have to be? It can't also be upward, or the thing would fly around. So you could just kind of pencil it in like this. And you could pencil in, I like the arrows going in because it shows where the member actually is. If you draw this force down here, then that gets confusing to me. So this one must be acting down like this. Now to get its components, X and Y, I could come here and here, but that overlaps with whatever the heck this guy's called, BC. So I'm going to come out over here for my X and Y components. So this is down and to the right, so this is down and to the right. So this force is called what again? CE. So this is CEX, and this is CEY. And I'm just going to use this one, 33.69 degrees. Luckily this is symmetrical, so we don't have to do certain steps over and over and over. Okay, so what about BC? Well, CEX is acting to the right, so we would be safe just assuming this is in tension. Now, if we solve through all the way with this, without thinking about which way to draw it, then these guys would all come out negative, meaning we drew them the wrong way. And that will happen to us. It already happened with RAY, but let's just wait for it to happen. If it's that obvious, which hopefully that was to you, that we got an up and a left and down and a right. Okay, so CE is going to be in compression. It's pushing on the joint is pushing on it, third law. So horizontal vertical equilibrium equations, left equals right. Again, I recommend you pause the video and see if you can do this one on your own. I'm just going to keep going because I'm kind of committed. You should pause it. Work with a partner, whatnot. Hopefully we don't need this. Okay, left, that's BC equals right, CEX. Up equals down, RCY. Down is CEY. And then we also do our trig here. CEX is CE times the opposite of 33.69, so sine 33.69 degrees. Just wondering if you've done it every single time, but never mind. CEY, so that's the cosine. Degrees. Okay, now again, do the same steps you did before. RCY is equal to CEY equals this. From that you can get CE. And once you have CE, you can plug that in up here, get CEX, and that gives you BC. And then once you have those, update your free body diagrams, We haven't gone back here and changed these directions yet, so that's something we could definitely do now. And then, yeah, what the heck. I'll give you these answers real quick. Okay, just calculate it really quick. RCY is equal to CEY was 110. Plug that in here, and you get the CE is 132.2. Plug that in up here, you get the CEX, which is equal to BC, is 73.3. Go back to your free body diagram and add those numbers to this. Now it says, since we flipped around CE, we need to change it on FBD. I just did that. If we fail to redraw it, like I said, it would come out negative. 3 more joints to go. Now you notice that none is really set up for you. So you can solve for E now, which is going to be a little messier, but hopefully you got a little bit of practice. And D, just follow the same process. You might look at it and go, I don't know enough information to solve it. Trust the process. Go through and draw it. I do it in your notebook now instead of on this sheet, since you have it and you don't probably have the sheet. Again, if you were to choose joint B to try to solve now, you would get to a dead end. Well, all that prelim work you did to get to that dead end is something you'd have had to do eventually anyway. Well, you wouldn't have to do it because you've got all the answers at that point. Because remember, the answers that we're looking for is what is BE, what is BD, and you would get that from this one and from this one, and you'd get DE from there. So again, solving for B is a bit of a dead end, but I recommend that you solve for B last and just go through and see that everything's balanced. If you can't tell which direction they're going, just solve it as usual and it'll come out negative like we did for our reaction forces. We should probably go in there, if it was on the test, we could label this as 120 tension, and this one's 193 tension, and this is, I already forgot, 132 compression and 73 tension. Okay, so good luck solving the rest. I'll probably give you the answers at some point,